Hey guys, welcome to the Juicy Ginger Podcast. Tonight's episode was awesome. It's the Mayor of Scottsdale, Eric Bernal. We talk about popping bottles. We talk about his podcast, No He Knows Nothing. And we talked about his special on May 15th, theater show. The guy's been in comedy for 2 years. He's about to do a theater show. Stay tuned. Listen up. Well, let's start it off in the beginning. Let's talk about May 15th.
May 15th.
What's up?
Yo, it's a big day, man. We're doing shooting my special. It's gonna be at the Wild Horse Pass Hilla River Casino. It used to be called like a Ovations Theater, and now they've changed it. Now they're rebranding. But anyways, a lot of people have performed there.
Right.
Cedric the Entertainer, Red Hot Chili Peppers, like.
Dude, that's cool.
Like, there's a wall when you walk out and you see all George Lopez, a lot of comedians. It is a really good spot for comedians.
Yeah. Was it hold?
It could hold, I think, 1,400 people.
Are they letting?
We're doing 700.
Okay, half.
If they do give us like the go at the end, like, hey, like I'm willing to like go like $10 tickets.
Yeah.
Like if they do, because it's like fuck it, like
Fill
fill it
that
up,
out, bro.
Like fill it up. Let's just go. No, but and we did it the way we did it, because so the first.
When you say we.
So I have me and like a team that
Okay.
that we've been trying to work on it for a while, looking at different venues. The W wanted to do something. Shout out to all of them. And then, but the thing was like, if we're gonna put the money in and we're gonna spend the production, you know, we need to be able to make it worth our while.
Yeah.
We
Make
had
some money off this
Yeah,
thing
we had
to
it
pay for
in. Yeah, exactly. We had it in with the casino. CEO,
Cool.
buddy of mine knew who he was, so we're like, all right, let's go. Took like 3 or 4 meetings. He's like, all right, let me see when you sell other things out. And this has been happening over the last year. So like when I did like Hefe, sold it out in 4 days, 135 people. Not a lot. It's a lot, but it's not 800 people.
Right.
Then I did Riot House, 200 people. Then after that is pretty much when he said, all right, cool.
Oh, so you're showing him you
Yeah, I was like, here. I was like, and I had the venue send me the ticket sales and what amount of time.
Okay.
He's like, okay, cool. And the thing with him is like his staff get to pay no matter what. So basically what he does is, all right, today you're not working the floor. You're going to be serving drinks at this show. So he doesn't really lose anything.
He move him around.
But he gets a cut from every ticket sale off the jump, you know, the lighting, whatever. So
Yeah.
we did that, and that's huge. You know, I didn't even know I was going to be on a billboard.
So he'll do your lighting and all that.
Everything. So if I had my own lighting
That's
guy,
great.
he'd be like, all right, then you do it yourself.
Right.
But if anything, he provides it. He lets you know how much it's going to cost, and he goes, hey, you don't have to pay anything up front. We'll take it
It comes out the ticket. Perfect.
So that was pretty cool. So even if, here's the thing, like even if, you know, we're going to make some paper off this, right? And that's going to be cool. But even if we cut even, like it's just big for
it's
the
still
city.
You're putting it together. This
Hell
is like putting together an album.
And also now I've talked to him about, hey, why don't we do a comedy thing, like a festival type of
Yeah.
thing? And he's like, I'm open to it. He's like, you guys have been really cool to work with, and now they want to do it. So like it was like another friend of mine was like, dude, how do we all eat? I'm like, that's the point, man. The point is never for one person to eat; it's for everyone to eat.
Right.
So I even said, if we all can't win, then I don't want to do it. So it's our in. Like if you have an in somewhere, like at certain venues, I'm like, hey, how do we do that? How do we make this work? How do we make it so everyone benefits? So that's what we got going on. It's gonna be on Ticketmaster. Never thought I'd be on Ticketmaster.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. Pay a lot of fucking fees, but you know what I mean. I'd rather do it my damn self. But you got to go through these rules.
Through because of the casino, you got to go. I bet everything's regulated too.
Oh my gosh, super regulated. But you know what? It's gonna be a pretty cool experience. Got people flying in, you know, from New York and stuff, family. That's where I'm originally from.
Right.
So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Sleepy Hollow, right?
Sleepy Hollow, New York. Yeah.
Now, where is that compared to the city?
I used to work in Manhattan.
Okay.
So to tell you, it's close enough. It's like what Chandler is to downtown Phoenix.
Okay. So
that's the most accurate way.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a good day, you know, 20, 25 minutes. On a bad day, 40 minutes, right?
Train.
Traffic, 45. I used to take a train.
Yeah. What, do you miss it?
I miss the people. I miss everything.
All your family's back home?
Yeah, all
back
my
there?
family's there. I would say 80%, 90%. But what I don't miss is like the social construct of New York is so weird, right? So here I can hang out. You know, my friend was like, who's visiting, he's like, dude, where are we? We're like at a mansion and your friend has a Rolls Royce. And like, those people wouldn't affiliate
back home
in New York.
Yeah.
No, those people are just doing other things
in their gated community.
Yeah, you're just not gonna talk to them.
Yeah,
so what I like about
you
Arizona,
never have access to that kind of stuff.
Arizona people are willing to collaborate on all levels. Like I've seen someone go. I've been here 10 years now. I've seen someone go from like, hey, I'm new in town, blah blah blah, and now they're just killing it in life. You know, making great money, doing what they love because of the support of everyone.
Right.
And these are people that and this person may have even is outmaking these people's money.
Yeah.
The ones that first helped them, but now he's willing to help them. So that's what I do like about Phoenix.
You don't see that out east. You don't see that.
It's a very egotistical way, you know, like when people go like, "Oh, do you want to be the best?" I'm like, the best is never the goal.
Yeah.
It's I want to be the hardest worker in the room, though.
That kind of translates into comedy too.
Of course, that's what I am.
In New York versus
they're egotistical. Like yeah, and then they're learning too. They're getting better at it. But out west, everyone is so chill with everyone, and look what happened.
People blew up.
Yeah, people think like, oh, I don't want to support anyone else's podcast because then mine's not going to do good, and that's just not how it works.
How it works.
So much success available for everyone. Everyone can eat, and people just don't get that part.
Right.
They don't get it.
Where do you see Burger King? Right next to a McDonald's.
Yeah, we see every bank. We see 4 banks right next to each other.
Right. That's because
competition is good, and also
it brings people there.
Exactly.
You know, Home Depot and Lowe's are right beside each other most of the time.
Exactly, or just never too far. And guess what? If you go on someone's podcast, you gain one more fan. Like that's all you need.
Yeah,
it's just one. Then it wasn't a waste of time. Just like when I do any venue, some people are like, I'm sorry, man. There's only like 8 people at this show. I'm like, cool. I'm trying to get 8 new fans. Then.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. I'll take it. Even Joe Coy still does radio. And a lot of people don't do radio. He goes like, you think everyone knows who I am? There's a lot of people who don't know who I am.
Right.
And that's why he never stops. I'm like, damn, this guy who's at the
and that
top,
dude is a hustler.
He's at the top. Like, guy makes a lot of money. And he's still like, I still do radio.
Yeah.
And some comedians don't. And
that's hard, man. I just heard the saying yesterday or today is a quote by Marvin Hagler, right? He was talking about how it's hard for champions to continue to push because it's hard to get out of bed at 5 a.m. when you're wearing silk pajamas.
It's true. There's a lot of truth to that.
There's a lot to be said for that.
You got to wake up in 2 different ways almost. You got to wake up with the ambition and also the anxiety of if you don't get up.
Of losing it all.
You know what I mean? Like the day you stop working, it all goes away. Hard work works. Mm-hmm. I mean, every time. There's a lot of, and that's why I tell people like, do you want to be the best? I just want to be the hardest worker. I want to be the hardest working comedian. I want to be that person's like, damn, this motherfucker is everywhere. Like, what's up with that? I want to be that person because there's a lot of comedians out there that maybe to a lot of people aren't that good. Mm-hmm. But guess what? They working. I can't even shit on them because they work so hard.
Yeah.
Am I working harder than them? Probably not.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like people shit on this guy for getting this show but he's not that funny. Well, he went and asked for it.
Exactly, man. And
he shows up on time.
I can never hate on someone trying to better themselves. Mm-mm. And I know, like, and sometimes it is. I think sometimes even amongst men, like, we're just like, oh, like, until we're introduced and you're like, oh, shit, this person's really cool. You don't know how many times with me it's always been like, damn, Eric, I just thought you were kind of like a dick.
I thought you were a dick.
Yeah. Some people think so. But it's like, there's another part of my life where I look dickish, where I party, hang out, chill with my friends. And it looks douchebaggy, but I just like doing that shit. I just like doing that shit.
It's this.
Exactly. I got my phone. I'm like a fucking 15-year-old girl sometimes. With my inside, I'm a white girl. And people don't know that. I like,
that's weird because I'm an 18-year-old black girl on TikTok.
You definitely are. I can see that. No, truthfully. Like, I am that person. I've listened to Backstreet Boys. I listen to all that shit. I mean, most of my podcasts, I am wearing an NSYNC shirt to, like, other places. But the thing is, like, be yourself. And then also, when people tell me, like, yo, this person, I don't know. I always wonder about that person. Like, why are you warned? Like, I understand if you're like, but I'll make my own.
Yeah.
I'll make my own, like, decision on that.
Yeah.
Because you can cut bridges. You can burn bridges that you ain't even, you know what I mean? Without even knowing. God,
yeah. And that comedian or guy in life, but I'll equate it to that comedian. That comedian that thinks that nobody else is funny.
Oh, that's horrible.
Except for him.
That's horrible.
Or her. Yeah, it's like, dude, what are you saying behind my back?
I headlined at JP's, and every time I would either be a host there or a feature there, the headliner typically was just inside the green room, just chilling. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of comedy, man.
Yeah.
Like I sat, if there was a seat available, I chilled right there. I was like, oh, I told everybody who went up, like, yo, great set, or like, you know, whatever you needed. Whatever was appropriate. If it was all right, hey, that shit was all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, balls for even getting up there.
Right.
That shit was great, dude. That's amazing, man. Like, here's my information. Like, let's keep in touch. You gotta never lose that.
Yeah, you gotta keep networking.
Because it's like, who are you then? No, you know what I mean? Like, at any stage of the game, I have friends who do very well in life, and they're the nicest people.
There's a reason they do very well.
Exactly. So it's like, either let that translate, or you'll see guys who've been doing this for a while, and they have the most horrible attitude about newcomers. The most horrible attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's doing comedy. Okay, man, let everyone do it then.
Let everybody do it. You know?
The audience is the critic. They'll
Yeah.
let you know real quick if the shit's not funny or not.
Right.
That's it.
That's true. You'll hear
That's it.
crickets, bud.
In real time.
Yeah.
In real time, you'll find out if you're funny or
Funny
not.
is funny.
Exactly.
Even
so,
they were talking about Jerry Seinfeld. Colin Quinn was telling him, he said, yeah, you'll get the first 5 minutes for free because you're Jerry Seinfeld, but you still have to perform.
Oh, yeah. People are excited, and then it's like,
And it's like,
let's go.
oh, he's not that funny.
And that's
Or
the thing.
is.
It's like, people, and you know how many times people are like, yo, Eric, or like, yo, I didn't even like, whatever. I'm like, hey, man, also, I'm not an anxiety. I'm not introvert. I'm extrovert, man. I'm out there. I'm saying hello. That could sometimes come off like, what is this? It's almost too confident, man.
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time not being confident.
People can perceive it as what they want to, but
arrogance or
some try to
anything like
perceive
that.
it as cockiness.
Here's the other thing too I wanted to ask you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
being from, New York, right?
Yeah.
And now in Southwest, and having that outlook, right, of
Yeah.
being outgoing and stuff, where do you see like the difference in the hustle? Can you describe like the difference between like a New York hustle versus like a West Coast hustle?
Good question. Not necessarily a West Coast hustle. Let's say a Phoenix hustle.
Yeah, because there
Or
are
even
people,
a Scottsdale hustle.
So I'll tell you this. I would say people in New York, man, if you're going to do it, you got to go all in. I can see, and there's a thing, there's comics here who I think are so fucking talented, like amazing. Like I literally am big fans of them. And I'm like, dude, why don't you do this and that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one's going to knock on your door and be like, Hollywood's ready. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
It's just not the way it works.
No,
you know what
it's
I mean?
not.
And I used to think, I remember I used to think that as a kid. I'd be like, oh, man, if I do a couple of cartwheels and backflips here, like, someone's going to know that. I'm going to be on
They'll see
Nickelodeon
me,
and Disney.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, my mom's friend's here. Let me go practice my karate. Like, I used to always think stupid shit, but I was a kid. That's also not realistic. So when I'm big fans. I mean, I shout out comics in the area on such a high level sometimes where I'm just like, yo, go follow this person. Oh, you gonna be at the show? No, I'm just saying, if you got something to do, go see them. Cause I'm a fan. You get nowhere being like, no, only things about me, and da-da-da. Or like when people are like, hey, can you repost this for me? Boom, I got you, man. Don't ever feel a certain way. If I know you, yeah, but if I don't fucking know you,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
one thing.
Who are you? But yeah, I think the hustle is also very individualistic because I know people from New York who are lazy, and I know people from Phoenix who hustle hard. But hustling hard and having a good attitude is a combo that you need. You can't hustle hard and be negative.
Yeah.
Because I know people that do that too, who hustle real hard.
But they're hard
and
to be
just
around.
Like, yeah, man, like, I don't do that Instagram shit. Like, I remember I spoke to someone, he's like, I don't do that Instagram shit. I'm like, oh, why not? He's like, well, it's not me. I'm like, well, it's gonna help you out. It's a vehicle to get people to know you.
Yeah.
On a one-on-one basis, you can, whatever. Yeah, I just don't. All right, cool then. You know what I mean? So like, don't blame anything. Like, you could be hustling all you want, making these text messages and Facebook posts. Look, my grandma posted 100 times today. She probably ate up your fucking post, and I won't see it till it's too late. And that happens all the time. So I constantly tell people, hey man, find every freaking way to be that person. Go out, network. That's one thing I do probably more than anyone is I network. People think I'm out and about just partying. Like, there's always an agenda. I'm always out meeting people. Let me get your number. Hey, oh, you're a comedian? Yeah, would you like to come to a show? Cool. Boom. I have you in my back pocket. Like, I'll send you a text when it makes sense. Pretty
Got
much.
you.
Here you go. Instagram, Scottsdale, always out. Does it ever get old?
It gets everything in balance. I mean, everything needs it. if I do it too much,
Sometimes
need
I
a
see you on
break.
Instagram at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And
doing
then out
brunch.
till like 11 in the morning.
Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah.
next
It's
day.
like there's always like I don't know when you sleep.
Yeah.
Like you're having
I
mimosas.
know a lot of people always ask me that question. They're always like, "Dude, what the fuck? Like, where do you have the energy? Whatever it is."
Yeah. How do you stay sober?
And I mean, I do drink water and shit, and I do eat meals, but I also have a tolerance of knowing of what is the bigger picture, right? I would have never been able to do shows at El Jefe and Riot House had I not been in the scene, like begging to speak to the GM.
Yeah.
Now me and the GM are, first name basis. We text each other. They want to know I'm doing a show there, in a couple weeks, and it's like that's what it was for. Boom! I met other guys. I would have never met my team if had I not gone out. But that's also my character too. I also like going out. I also go to shit that I don't want to go to.
Yeah.
I do it. I do it because they're like, "Hey, Eric, there's gonna be this thing," and I'm like, "What is it?" It's like a fitness thing at a mansion part. I'm like, "All right, well, let's go." Like I'll go.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're on stage when you go?
Sometimes, I mean, like the worst thing you could ever ask a comic is like, "Oh, tell me a joke."
Tell me a joke. Yeah.
Stupidest thing ever.
But do you feel the pressure of being
Sometimes.
funny? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I gotta turn it on and then turn it off. And,
Yeah, like a hype man almost.
yeah, and it's like that's fine, but I see the bigger picture. Like I've seen where I mean, a year and a half ago, didn't even care about Instagram. I may have had 300 followers, 400 followers. I mean,
Yeah.
now I'm a little over 3K, but solid people. I could pay for the 10K if I wanted to, right? Just like anyone else. But like these are people who
You're getting interaction.
oh yeah. So like when you see my interaction on my Instagram, it's never like, oh yeah, it's 3K followers, but like 50 likes on this thing.
Right.
That
You always
doesn't add
do.
up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't add up. So also just being consistent, and also once I started believing in I used to post something and be like, oh shit, didn't get like 10 likes as fast as I wanted to. All right, I'm gonna delete it. But now I just let it. Here you go. I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny.
Just let it marinate.
Yeah, and then I'll accept constructive criticism and I'll know how to adjust and move.
Yeah.
But yeah, does it ever get old? Everything gets old.
Yeah.
Anything gets old if done too much, right? Like, even fucking your girl a lot. You know what I mean? Like, after a while, it's like, can we take a break? Like, can we just chill?
I don't know.
Yeah, every guy said that, but it's like, yo, and then you're
And she's in the room.
like,
so
I'm
I
out
think-
of liquid, lady. Like, I don't have it in me anymore. I don't have no more juice.
On that note, have you ever had too much bottle service?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had.
Wait. And to jump on that, we need the science or the art of bottle service.
So bottle service, there are some places that after you make a good relationship with, there's deals, right?
Yeah.
And the deal
Tell us about
is
the deal, Eric.
bring people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Here's what the deal is.
relationships. I mean, that goes with anything. When I was a kid and my friend worked at McDonald's, you think I paid for McDonald's?
Well, first, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because not one thing is you post 24/7, right? And then I think, one, how does he post that much? And two, how in the fuck does he afford all that?
Yeah. So I do finance on the background. I mean, that's what I do.
Right,
So it's
right.
my 9-to-5er, right? And it pays the bills, but more I look at it as it finances the dream.
Good for you.
I own my own home. I mean, there's a lot of things. Like, I'm not just like some kid like, oh, living with like 20 roommates and shit. And shout out to if you do that, and that's great. I've done it. I've also rented a floor when I moved in Arizona. I rented a couch. So it wasn't always like that. It was slowly progression. And after years of fixing shit, my spending habits, my budgeting. It's only expensive if you don't got it. Remember, it's only tricking if you ain't got it.
That's right.
If you're out here buying shit and then calling Chase for fraud and shit, saying that someone else ran it, that's something different. Once did that too. I bought a round. I bought a round for a bunch of girls, and I remember the fucking bill came out to 140. That was like, to me, like I think I might have had $160 in my account.
Oh.
Now I was like, what? I still got a tip. Oh, I told him, hey, just put it on my tab. He's like, all right, it's cool. Here's your tab. But they didn't take my ID, and then I called it in. Anyways, happened like 8-9 years ago. But you learn from these things. And also like Chase is gonna come back for me.
Sorry, Maple and Ash.
So yeah, no, Maple and Ash also love Maple and Ash. Love going out there.
Shout out to Maple Ash.
Shout out Maple and Ash big time. Shout out to GM staff. Shout out to all the GMs and shit. No, but you create these relationships. So I'm not saying that shit's free, cause ain't shit free.
Nothing in life
nothing's
is
free.
free. No.
But do I go out sometimes? We go out on a big crew and the waitress or the bartender gives me a round for free? Sure.
Yeah.
Is it sometimes where I bought
commission
I bought
at
a
that
bottle
point.
or two? They want to give me the third one for free? Sure. I mean, obviously, I'm a return customer. They know I bring people. They know I post them. They know all these things. I always bring people sometimes who do spend more money, who are a much different type of bracket than I am.
Right. You're bringing more ROI in that situation.
But like I've also been smart with my money a lot. Shout out Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like,
Good for you.
shout out Ethereum. Shout out all these things. You know what I mean? I remember when people were like, "You're stupid. You're stupid." It was like a year and a half ago. You're stupid. 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 I bought Bitcoin years ago, and I sold it when it hit 19K. I don't know if you guys remember that, and then it crashed. It's like 9, and I bought my house with it. It was the reason how I bought my house. And then I started doing it again, and now it's like money I don't even think of, and I have a weekly that just goes there. And if I ever need to, worst case scenario, we all put from there and whatever. But I've become smarter where I'm like, how do I make money? Now it's like, how do I book venues?
Mm-hmm.
How do I do these things? How do I pay my comics? Like,
Right.
when I did Riot House, 200 people, $20 a pop. Do the math.
Yep, $4,000.
Gave people a couple hundo. I had gift cards. I rewarded all my comedians. And they didn't really bring many people. I mean, some of them brought nobody. That's cool. I was running it. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And I still want to hear, come through next time. And that was the deals I would make with these places, you know, special deals where it's like, all right, dude, it's on you if you sell them and only on you. So I think that's where it is, where going out and doing these things and then putting money away, like, all right, this week I'm going to do this. This week, like last Saturday I didn't go out. Last Friday I didn't go out.
Damn.
But Sunday I was out.
He was out.
That was my boy's birthday, so we went out. We did.
Oh, yeah, I
a couple
saw
things. Yeah.
the guy that just moved down.
Yeah,
What's his name?
my boy Will.
Will.
He just moved out here about a month ago. Yeah. He loves it here.
Good. So let me ask you this: do you think you've been here 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Do you think if you spent
April 4th.
How long you been in comedy?
August would be 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you spent those 2 years in New York grinding like you have here, do you think you'd be further along, behind?
Okay.
Do you think you're I don't want to say big fish in a small pond, but you know what I mean? Like you're rising
Definitely.
above the ranks, being a bigger fish in a small
For
pond
sure.
versus a New York.
So in New York, I wouldn't have the same support.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near it. Like bringer shows and shit like that would all be a mess out there. Everyone is even broke over there is too busy thinking they're the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my people. I love them. But
yeah. They're in the shit.
Oh yeah, like they're
They're
too busy
knee-deep.
spending money, looking like the shit, and their bank account is shit. And there's some people who are, if they are really rich, they're not even gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
So what I think Arizona did for me, it was allow me to see. First, I was like, I was going to these open mics, you know, chilling. Then I had very early on, I was able to do a feature, and then I was able to really test out my marketing skills, like really early on the career. I'm talking about first 3 or 4 months, and I sold like 180 tickets, and didn't even get paid. So to go to show you, man, sometimes you pay to know what you're worth. Sometimes,
Yeah.
and then
Learning experience.
and then just like being able to take other people. I'm like, I listen to everyone. Hey, what do you do? What is it that you're doing good? Because I'll take the good of everyone and then make it my own. And that's why I hope, like, people always hit me up. Like, there's comics who've hit me up like, hey, man, I'm getting started in this. Saw your shit. Any advice? And I will send them like 3 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is when I first started, nobody was like that. I literally would ask people where the open mics are, and they're like, dude, look the fuck up. And I'm like, dude, all you had to do is, and it's funny because like one of the guys who've done that are always asking to be at my show.
Want
now.
to do something.
Yeah, which is fine, cool, but now you're gonna wait because I don't forget that. I forgive you, but I don't forget it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's strengths in being that person, and also when you have people that believe in you, man, and also in the return, you got to be that person back to them. So if you sell sunglasses, I gotta make sure that if you're supporting my comedy shows, I'm buying at least a pair of sunglasses off of you.
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah,
your thing.
yeah,
I do that for all my friends. After you attend my show and you're my friend, I'm like, cool, what do you do? Oh, you do makeup. Well, cool. And if I know, and I know people in that world, I'm like, hey.
No way.
Boom. Yeah, Noe, I got you. You know what I mean? Shout out Noe. But yeah, so I think it's important in not just asking people to do shit for you, but doing shit for them right back. Sometimes it's $0 cost, and sometimes it's something that you're going to spend money on anyways.
Yeah. Do you think we're missing, because there is something that we're missing in Phoenix. Do you think it's
Big
like
time.
a comedy store, because we have Stand Up Live, we have House Comedy, we have all these places.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think we don't have that go-to that's that's Comedy Store set. Like everybody that is somebody in Phoenix gets a 15 or 20 minutes whenever they want, and just a consistent.
Well, I think what I think needs to happen, which I will try my best within the next year or two, is open lines of communication with the clubs. And nothing against the clubs; they're definitely doing their thing.
No shout against.
Definitely doing their thing, but winning the community over. We need to stop, and I mentioned it at another show. I said, we need to stop, like, gassing over all these people from other states and find our team out here.
Agreed.
Right? Because, like, I think about New York. One thing about New York is, no matter if their team sucks, they're rooting. The Knicks sucked. First NBA team to be worth $4 billion because of the support is real. I'm not saying we're the New York Knicks, but I'm saying that if the support was real, I've never seen a state with so many other favorited teams.
No doubt. We've talked about that in the podcast before.
So I think once we build the synergy between all comedians, that it's all fucking love, dude. I want to see you win. I want to see you eat. The shows I'm doing, I'm just hosting. I'm not even doing a fucking set. I'm just hosting because I want the public to see what I see. So I'm bringing my people out just for them to see you guys. Like the four that have coming out, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know T-Dot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Savannah Hernandez.
Yep.
Reese Munich. These guys, to me, are beasts in the Valley, and I don't think enough people know about them.
No.
So that's why I'll always shout them out in podcasts, in my Instagram, my Facebook. If I have a clip about them, like Lola, like these people are always my favorites. So I'm never going to pretend like, oh, I'm too cool for school to rep these people or to do this or do that. I keep myself very busy. That's why it's taking so long to do this.
Right.
I kept myself so busy where it's a good thing, but I'm also doing, people don't even get it, like I'm doing it for like the city. Like when I say, and I rip off Tim Dillon, Life in the Big City, when I post shit like that, obviously just to be funny, but like this is the 5th largest city in the country.
Yeah, we should be killing it.
You know what I mean? We there's no reason. I'm a little even offended that everyone went to Austin. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. You keep that. Like people are telling me, Eric, you should go to Austin. I'm like, no, fuck Austin right now. I'll do shows out there. Shout out to the comedy stores out there, shows and everything.
Rogan's new comedy store.
But man, let's light this bitch on fire
We're still gonna hold it down
doing
here.
anything else. Let's make it so. Here's the thing: there's no captain, there's no team here. That's what makes it kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So the first people who really get this shit together are gonna thrive.
Yes, they will.
And that's the way I see it. People don't even see that forward thinking. They're like, I think I'm just gonna go to LA. Okay, cool. Do that, but why don't you master this place?
Yeah.
Why don't you get your support?
Be the king of this hill first.
Exactly, and then go out there and then be like, hey. And then they'll even support you even more. Like once you're out there, they see you doing your thing. But you can't just be like, all right, I did good here. I won a comedy competition twice, and 70 people knew about it. You gotta win the hearts of these people here, which they want it. It's evident. Look at all these shows. I've been to all these clubs out here, and they're all doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
Right. If marketed well and correctly.
Right.
But the thing is, like, we need to have this team atmosphere where we're all winning, where it's not like, yo, I think I'm better than you, you think I'm better. Hey, man, there's times I eat dick on stage.
Yeah.
Happens. To say it doesn't happen is stupid. But there are times that I kill it. That too. But give me my props either way. I'll give you your props too. People have an issue with that, and I haven't figured out why yet.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's an insecurity, first of all.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know why. I don't know why it's that competitive. Like, competition is a good thing, right?
Great.
But you don't shit on them.
But it's also good competition. There's a difference, like
friendly competition.
So, like in the NBA, right? I think about like these guys go hard on each other. Sometimes, a little scuffle, fight, but at the end, man, they respect each other.
Yeah.
Yo, he's one of the best.
Off season, they're on a boat together.
Exactly. I remember when LeBron was saying, what's his name? Suns best player.
Booker.
Booker. He said, like, he doesn't get enough respect.
Yeah.
Did he have to say that? The best, arguably, the most famous NBA player alive right now? No, he didn't have to say that, but he was like, nah, man, that guy doesn't get enough respect. That was huge coming from him, and it had to come from him.
Right.
So let's say whoever made it, let's say it's you, me, somebody else who shoots to the top of Arizona. It's on that person to then give it all right back, just like kind of Joe Rogan does it.
Yeah.
You know, like you get one episode on this shit and you might just blow up.
You're set.
Not
Should
all
be
comics,
set.
but
Should
some.
be set. I was gonna say Sam Morril.
The rest is up to you.
Yeah.
The rest is up to you.
You got to do something with it. I agree. Josh, what you got there, bro?
Man,
You've
so
been sitting
I
here
like-
waiting. I know.
I
So
know, right?
so Josh sits over here in the corner just waiting to start throwing the questions,
Suck
man.
it.
Well, I want to switch gears.
Sure.
To like the Playboy Eric, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were, what's the best like drink to pregame with, and the best club to start your night off with in Scottsdale?
Best
Where's
drink
Eric
to
Bernal
pregame
going?
with. There's nothing that you can't go wrong with. Babe, what do you like to drink? That
Explain
is number one. Babe, what do you like to drink? Fuck all this other shit, making a girl drink nasty shit that she don't want to drink. You got to go with what she wants. Hey, we can, we've done nastier shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, that is my go-to. So if I'm with a young lady I've never been with before, maybe just started out with, or even I'm still with, to me, if she ain't having a good time, nobody having a good time.
That's right.
So that's what I do. What I like to do, I like to brunch it. Hey, a lot of girls like mimosas. I'm telling you, I'm a white woman inside. I will drink mimosas and get a pedicure done. I don't give a shit. Okay, so I do what the women want. That's it. That's me. Because I'm a pleaser. I'd rather be like, hey, let's drink this. Don't get me wrong, it has fucked me over in the past. Where I'm like,
What's the worst drink like you've had to like drink because
oh,
of that?
this girl, and nothing against the drink. It's just not my drink. But Guinness.
Oh yeah.
Guinness, I can have
Oh wait,
one.
yeah. I was thinking of something.
But imagine
Yeah.
a Guinness at noon.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What's that? An Irish car bomb? When you
That's
drop
yeah.
something?
She wanted that shit. And I was like, oh, you like hole in the wall bars, which is fine. That's where I've had them.
Right.
I love Irish car bombs, so I'm getting them over with. But a mixer, she did that. Let's do Red Bull vodka. Oh, let's do shots of Patron. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's get a fruity drink.
Damn.
Now my stomach's fucked.
Yeah.
But I want to fuck. So, like, you keep going. You take your fucking Pepto-Bismol. You throw it in the bathroom.
Bubble guts.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you do
You
what it is.
rally.
But there's places to go. I think anywhere. Whatever is her move. Whatever is her set. If that's what we're talking about, Playboy Eric, going to do things like that, you got to go with what she like. Now, don't be asking her where you want to go, because every girl hates that, right? You just be like, hey, babe, we're going to go here.
Yeah.
Rather than ask her, hey, where do you want to go? You already know that's a fucking piece of shit question. She's going to say, I don't know, you pick, and then you're going to pick, and she's not going to want to go. It's really more with assertiveness and say, hey, we're going to do this. I really looked it up, got good menu, and you kind of give her reasons why. Like, hey, they have these really cool drinks. I think we should try them out. They're really cool, whatever, blah, blah. Okay, if not, there's always a place right across the street. Let's do that. That's Scottsdale for you. In a nutshell, or downtown Phoenix. I do like downtown Phoenix, too. Like, a lot. I love this area.
Where are you gonna shout out for downtown Phoenix?
Yeah.
I like Hanny's.
Hanny's is nice.
I love Hanny's. I love, what's that? What's that spot where it's like a boxing ring in the spot?
Oh, the Deuce.
The Deuce.
Yeah.
I love
man.
the Deuce, too.
Man, that would be a good place for a comedy. Little
Easy.
comedy
I
show.
heard they did like karaoke and shit, so
They
they can
do.
do stuff like that.
What is it? On Friday nights, the Deuce.
Burlesque.
The Rockstar Burlesque.
I'm with it.
Hey, man.
I'm with it.
Hey.
But the thing is, like, also be okay with trying new shit. I think a lot of guys fuck up when they're like, man, I don't do that shit. Like, okay, have you ever done it? No.
Try it.
I remember when I first moved here, I'd never been to a country bar in my life.
Right?
In my life. Like, country isn't big in New York. Like, the country person I knew in New York, like, knew of when I was like Garth Brooks, because that name is just like,
Yeah.
I may have never heard a song, but I know who he is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Shania Twain, and she's like from Canada. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even know that.
Yeah.
And like, but though, like, and then the reason I liked her because she was hot, and like, whoever sings "How Do I Breathe Without You" or whatever,
Faith Hill.
Faith
Oh,
Hill.
is that her?
No, that's some other chick.
I don't know.
She's hot too.
I'm from Alabama.
She's
I
hot
don't
too.
listen
Oh
to
yeah.
country
So
music.
what I'm saying is, I have gotten some great results doing things that maybe I don't like, and I ended up liking it. Live music is live music sometimes, and nothing like it either. There's nothing like hearing someone sing and do it right and play instruments right. I like that shit. So that's the answer to that.
Hell yeah. On the flip
Hey.
side, all right.
Uh-huh.
What's a good drink to close the night out with?
Good drink to close the night out with?
Yep.
NyQuil. Just kidding.
Pepto. Didn't you hear him?
Close
Now,
the
say
night
the situation's flipped, right? Say you're not with a girl. You're out with the buddies. You're on the
Beer.
prowl.
I
Beer.
like, I like closing out with a beer. I think it slows your drinking. Because if you're drinking
Yeah.
mixed drinks, shots, when you have a beer, it slows down the whole process of drinking. You got sipping. I think that's why I like to end with beer. I love me a good beer at the end of the night. I think that's ideal to me because it just relaxes and chills. I take my Uber home and on my way.
All right.
Hey, I want to jump back into this about promotions and promoting yourself and all that. Do you think part of our problem in Phoenix is that we don't promote?
Also, we don't cross promote.
True.
Also, I think
Because it seems like everybody's got there's 20 different shows going on a Saturday night.
I also have a problem with our flyers, even my own sometimes, which I've made corrections to. Like even the one that I'm doing at El Jefe, they didn't want the other comics' pictures on it. And I was like, they're like, oh, just put your face on. I'm like, no, it's like, what? It's like, no. They're like, no, but, you know, you have name recognition here. Yeah, but I don't care. If I have it, then just make my picture a little bigger then if that's when it's going to.
Yeah.
I put the other comics on there because then it gives you a sense of pride to post it. When you're not on the flyer, and I've done it before where I'm like, damn, it was just me. Like, I need to change that up. But then I remember I used to do a show, Golden Margarita.
I've been taken off a flyer. Asked to post it.
Yeah, like exactly. That's fucked up. But I'll put the other, like my Golden Margarita flyers. It used to be like 4 big comics, like whoever was gonna do 15 minutes. I gave them all 15 minutes. Them in big, all presented by Eric Bernal. That's all it was. Not even my picture. I think it's important that, hey man, we make people feel good too. You know what I mean? I really genuinely think there's something about making people feel important.
It's a vibe.
You know what I mean?
It's all about the vibe.
You know, if you it's just like when, you know, I walked in, you offered me something to drink, you need anything. These are all things that are important that may be small, but in the
big scheme.
Big scheme of things.
Of the energy
huge.
You want to be around.
Because now you want to be part of it. Now you feel like you want to support whatever it is. That's why, like, I'm learning how to do flyers a little bit more too. Like I used to just send them out and here, can you do it? I'll pay you, whatever. Now I kind of want to learn how to do it a little more, where it's like I want whoever's on, let's say whenever I'm hosting, because I like hosting, to make them feel like superstars. Like boom, like I have it where your face is on the TVs in the clubs or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
give
all
them the
being
royal
shown.
treatment.
Like these people who are on that show, I was taking a piss at El Jefe, and they have TVs, and boom, the flyer was there with all their names and shit. And I was like, damn, that's freaking cool.
That's very cool.
That's awesome. And I think it's important to make people feel important. That's my cross. I think that's where we lack is cross promotion and being that way. And some of our flyers are just too much sometimes. It's like there's all this fucking shit on there. I'm like, let's make it more straightforward. People also teaching comics how to get people at the spot.
That's, you know, you hate to make it a bringer show, but at the same time you got to pay the bills.
Absolutely.
That's what we figured out doing our show.
Absolutely.
It's like, damn, you know.
If you could cross promote with anyone, like UFC or just anyone, who would it be?
Cross promote with, like, what do you mean, like
show?
For a show? Like, what do you mean with any comic?
Just anyone.
Anybody in the Phoenix circle? Is that what you're talking about?
We'll go Phoenix. Yeah, I guess.
Doesn't have to be.
I was just thinking cross promotion in general. You know what I mean? Like right now it's between like the Scottsdale bars and like the Phoenix comedy scene, right? Mm-hmm. What would be like the step way beyond that for you? We're like,
I would like to do something with like the high end vehicles in the valley, like these sport teams and these car show teams,
like Barrett Jackson.
Exactly, providing something that already is going to have a high attendance, and shit, I do it for free. You know what I mean? Some things are worth doing for free, and that's another thing I think a lot of people don't know. Like, yeah, but what's it paying? How many people are you bringing, sir?
Yeah,
ma'am.
Exactly.
What do you mean? What is it paying? It's like I remember even some things like I paid someone a certain amount of money to be in front of a crowd, and this person brought no one, right? And I gave him $60. Mm-hmm. Brought no one. And they left with like, 15, 20 new fans. I'm like, you can't even put a fucking price on that.
Yeah.
I was doing shows for free all day and every day. If you ask me, I'm going for the reps. When you start thinking like I'm worth this, okay, then what did you? That's why I'm also but it exists where you give everyone their own link. And when I look at the purchase, I see what link it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Did it come from Kenny?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Did it come from Eric? Did it come from Reese? Did it come from Savannah?
Yeah.
Where I can go, okay, based on this, I know what to give you.
Yeah.
And it's easy. I mean, there's just a way of doing it. So I'm in the midst of doing that for like future shows where I'm like, okay, cool. I would love to. What if I told you got 50% of every ticket you sold? Shit.
See, I'd much rather do that. We talked about that at our show.
Shit, way better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll do it. Yeah. Or it's like, no, I just kind of want to go. I want to perform. I'm looking for everyone else to bring people. You know what I mean? I remember I'll ask people, like, when I was headlining, they're like, how many people did you bring? They're like, no one. Why? I'm like,
No one. Why?
just come. Fucking do nothing. Like,
right.
And it's like, I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at your hustle. Because what are you doing here? You're wasting your time. Go chill with your girl. Go chill with your man. Go do other things. You're wasting your time. My time is valuable.
That's right. I mean,
even if I'm doing something for free, it's never free. You know what I mean? I'm doing it to meet people.
Still time you could be doing something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what people don't get.
Yeah, we see that sometimes with our shows. Like, the majority of people don't bring. I'll just say it.
And it's like, look, here's my thing.
It's not that I'm talking shit. That's just a straight fact.
If I met someone, I said, and I brought them, they're like, dude, I DM'd 50 people. I posted every day for the last week. Got 2 people in. Like, that's all I got. I made phone calls. I could respect that.
Yeah.
I could respect that 100%. I could be like, you did everything. You may have exhausted your crowd for a little bit, and maybe they need to wait. I get that too. I exhaust my crowd a lot. But every chance I get, I'm always looking like, hey, like even after a feature I was hosting, I'd be like, oh, cool, did you enjoy it? Can I have your Instagram? I want to follow you. That's how I started. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I want to follow you. What's the chances they're going to follow you right back? Almost like 100%.
Yeah.
And boom, now you have somebody. So now when you have to sell out a show that's like 20, 30, 40 people, 50 people, let's say a small venue, you only need about 10 to 20 people to go because they're going to bring a +1 or +2. Mm-hmm. That's the way you got to think of it, too. You can't even – and also when people – and I've literally have taught this to many comics. It may sound like fucking like duh, but I do it. Anytime I go, oh, I'm interested in going. Cool. Which show? Mm-hmm. Oh, that one? As soon as they tell me which show they're interested in, I go in, copy the link, send them the link. I'm like, here it goes. Screenshot. Let me know when you buy it.
Yep.
I'd love to
that's sales, man.
rep you on my timeline.
Yeah,
Some people
understand
just don't know
sales.
how to close.
They're like, okay, but guess what? Because when you go like, oh, can you get that thing for me one day? I'm like, yeah, what is it? www. Yeah, I'll buy a sticker from you one. But if it's like, here's the link to my sticker. It's $2. If you click this, it brings you to where you need to go. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. It's almost like, all right, fuck it, I'm already here. Mm-hmm. People do it all the time. So I think teaching that is big too. Just letting everybody know, like, I'll even ask, like, how many people did you reach out that you're mad that no one's here?
Yeah.
I mean, I posted.
I put it on the story.
Posted not enough. Hit people up. Hey, what are you doing this Friday?
Yeah.
Because there's a way of doing it, so where you can go on your Instagram and go like, hey man, what's your plans this Friday night? Got a show, and then send it to 50 people. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh, I'm busy, and then you only got to catch like 5 or 6 people, and they bring their +1. Boom, you got 12 people.
Yep, there you go.
This is important.
Yeah, people don't understand the power of sales, and that gets you more. That gets
100%.
you a lot more gigs too.
And then also, just
if
be
I
good.
have, yeah,
they
be
get
good.
there.
but if you have 2 guys or girls that are equal in talent as far as their set goes, this guy's going to bring 20. This guy's going to bring 3. Who are you going to go with? You're going to go with the 20 every time.
Even if they honestly.
Even if they're worse.
If it's a business, I remember somebody was like, I was at a show, and somebody was like, man, why is this person even getting time?
Because he brought 14 people.
And I go, yo, this venue seats 50. He brought 18 people.
Yeah.
And there's 40 people here.
Yeah. And guess what? Those 18 are going to laugh.
Yeah, they're bringing it's bringing a better atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's just a better atmosphere. Come on, it's always better to perform for more people than less.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's just that. And I think I have so much faith in this place where it's just like I want to be at least a part of the reason why things blow up. Like, oh, cool. Like, if someone likes me, they're going to come listen to this episode. They're like, oh, shit, I'll check it out. Like, Eric's on there, you know? You come to mine. Oh, shit, I saw him. Yeah, I saw him that one. I'm going to go check out that episode now. Now they're on Noe's Noe Knows Nothing podcast. New video every Wednesday.
Yeah, I was about to get to it. We working.
Oh, okay. Nah, but that's the thing. It's like, and honestly, I'm so with not talking to people who are not ready to collaborate. And it's all good. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, man, because I want to be a fan of you. People are like, they don't even know how to like, respond. How to even be around like someone who's like that. Imagine you hated me and I'm like, man, I just want to see you win. You're like, fuck you, bro.
You, man.
Like, man, like I don't want to like you, but yo, I
gotta like you.
You don't have to even like me, bro. I still want to see you win. It does mean nothing to see you guys do bad. It does. If anything, it hurts me No, it really does. It hurts the community.
It does. It hurts everybody.
So if everyone shit, imagine everyone was a shitty comic except us.
It would be
would
shitty
suck.
because nobody would be out.
Nobody want to go. Like, oh yeah, unless they're performing, I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? So you want it so like you have a strong base where people are like, fuck, Phoenix is coming with
Hosting
it.
for these heaters? Oh.
Exactly. Yo, we want to be a part of it. So once people get that wake-up call, which I feel like it's going to come within the next year, someone had sent me like a DM. It's like it was a tweet. But they sent, Noe sent it to me. And it's because I'm always writing new material and shit. And she's like, the comics that leave the pandemic that have new material or the same ones that did their summer reading in school. Just come in prepared, man. That's another thing too.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, man. No, man, you ain't fucked. You ain't fucked. That's why I like podcasting too, because like you'll take shit.
It gives you more stuff,
and it gives you more material for your regular stuff. So and that's the thing. I literally hit up venue owners. I'm like, how do we make you better, man? What do you need me to post? Hit me up. I'll repost it. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you get one ticket from me? Damn, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's never one.
It didn't cost you anything to repost. It didn't cost them nothing.
But here's the thing. As I'm working throughout the day, when I'm walking my dog or whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'm sending messages. If you see the activity, bro, I'm gonna show you the activity on my phone. It's gonna blow you the fuck away. And people don't even. They're like, "What are you watching? Porn?" Sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's like.
But that's only at 2 minutes at a time.
Exactly, because like
7 times a day. That's just 14 minutes.
Exactly. Okay, where the fuck do I find the activity? But it's like, where is it? Cellular notification, screen time. My daily average, and it's 11 hours and 11 minutes a day.
Damn.
What's yours? I mean, I don't know. Some people like 3 hours. And that says it's down 8% from last week. And that's because I probably was performing or I put the phone down. That is what's going to be the difference maker. It really isn't that hard to. I reach out to businesses. I go, hey, do you guys? What time do you guys are off? Or I'll go there, and they're like, oh, we're a breakfast spot. We're off about this time. Hey, wouldn't you want to do like an event with the staff to come out? Look, I've asked 10 businesses. 1 went.
Yeah.
But it's like, are you doing that or are you not doing that? Because that's going to be the difference maker. So,
That's
how
right.
many times do you invite people? They go, I've never been to a comedy
Yeah.
thing ever. This is my first one. It was so good.
I invited a guy Friday night, first time he's been in years, and he had the greatest time. He was telling
like,
me,
man, I forget how good it was. I go all the time. Like, I would go before I started comedy. I loved it. It was one of my favorite dates.
Plus, the guys that are from here, they have a little bit of ownership. This guy is a local, was it Phoenician?
Yeah, Phoenician, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, man, I've been here for 10 years. This is the first local gig I've been to.
Exactly.
Some people are like, local comedy. What do you?
Right, they don't get
And you
it.
just blow their mind with it.
So let's talk about the podcast, man. No, he knows nothing. How did you guys hook up? Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
tell us the genesis of it.
So it's wild. So I did not know Noe prior to the show. So she had put something out saying that she's looking for a co-host, possibly a male comedian. A person who I never met, who just follows me on Instagram, sent me that story to me, and I go, oh, I've always kind of wanted to dabble into, and this is last year, this is like October. Hit her up. She's like, yeah, I'm talking to a lot of people about it. I'll let you know. We'll all hang out. She's like, do you really do comedy? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I have a show this Wednesday. Do you want to come? She's like, yeah, I'll go. Showed up by herself. Saw it. And she literally told me now, she goes, if it wasn't good, I was going to move on. So she thought it was worth her time. And then we spoke for about an hour after that. She goes, cool, I'll let you know. We went out for drinks. We got fucked up together. But I think it was like a test. Like, could I get drunk with this guy and we're still cool? Because we had to maintain professionalism. And we did. And then it was the search for cameras. Then it was the search for these. I wanted to do a podcast immediately. Now it's November. Still didn't want to do anything. December, still. We shot 4 to 6 episodes that will never see the light of day.
Yeah, we know that
because
feeling.
She wanted the synergy. She wanted to make sure. She sent it to people that were in radio. She used to work in radio. She was like one of the contestants to be like on the morning mass.
Okay.
And shit like that. She was one of the finalists. Didn't get it. And she worked in radio. So she sent all these things and people were like, hey, this is good. So how I knew that it was finally going to be good is I said, hey, man, everything I say is a joke. You cannot take me seriously. This is the only way it's going to work with a female co-host.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Fuck you, bitch." And I'm like, "Okay, then we're good."
This-
You know what I mean? So we're
we'll be
good.
all right. We'll be all
You
right.
know, we'll talk and we'll argue. And the best compliment I got from that was from Joey Boy from the Morning Mess. He met us up. He had no Noe from the whole thing. I met Joey Boy a year ago, right before the pandemic, and he was like, you know, a lot of people come up, oh, I got this idea. I'm a personality, and I'm like, whatever you hear, and then shit. He goes, well, you guys, it's like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
You guys need to keep with it, keep going. That cosign obviously was good. He shouted us out on the radio. Then me and Noe kept on hanging out.
What podcast to look out for or something like that?
Well,
What
he talked about her OnlyFans.
Right.
And he says, I've been listening to this new podcast called No He Knows Nothing with the local comedian Eric Bernal. And he shot us. I was like, oh, shit. And it broadcast in L.A. too.
Okay, that's
So
what it was.
people in L.A. were like, even like a friend in L.A. was like, dude, I just heard about you on the radio. And then he was talking about her OnlyFans. Please check out her OnlyFans. Her link is also on my page because we want us all to win. And no, so... super supportive of each other. We've hung out. We've gone to countless dinners. We've now have locked in another sponsor as early as yesterday. And then next week, we're doing another one. Like I said, I'm sending her to do all that work.
Right.
I'll get them. I'll set up the meeting, but sometimes I go with her. But she's so business savvy.
That's cool.
So forget about her being a stripper, ex-Mormon or Mormon. I don't know. The woman's smart.
Is she a current stripper?
She's a current stripper.
Okay.
Don't know the venue.
Okay.
Because I said, I want to come see you. She says, if you ever were to come and I was there, I would hide in the back in a little ball. Because we're fucking like.
Say, hey, no, say, fuck that.
I'm
You
like,
saw me
no.
do comedy.
I need to see you do this.
You know
I
shit.
need to see you go up and down a pole and shake your ass. She's like, I'm not really that good. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
But,
Do you have to be good?
Dad, don't you just have to do
It's
this?
got to be cute, pretty.
So that's the origin story with me and her. And it really hit off because, like, everyone we introduced each other to, like, we did, like, a photography session. And then that's how I knew she was serious. And then she didn't know if I'd be serious. She used to have a co-host. Now he does our audio. Shout out DJ Take Two. And he didn't want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah,
Never
just
really
didn't-
did.
yeah, yeah.
And some people don't. And that's cool, too.
Yeah, that's cool.
But he wanted to be behind the scenes and shit. So she's like, fuck. So her whole thing was like, are you going to bail me, Eric? Are you going to bail on me? So, like, dude, we said,
Yeah, you can't do it twice.
legitimate
You can't-
contract. We locked in. I wasn't able to take a vacation. I think the first, because we do it on Monday, she was like, you're able to miss a Monday. I think it comes up in 2 weeks if I want to go on vacation. But honestly, I don't want to. I want to keep going. It's getting a lot of responses and shit. So with that, I know that one's gonna blow, just in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we finally bought a couch. We're gonna do guests soon. It's gonna
Cool.
be funny. And then every time you watch an episode, hope you guys know we're about 4 to 5 shots in.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
So even if we're holding ourselves pretty well, just know we're not.
I feel you. Tell us, where can we find you? I mean,
Yeah. So
obviously you're all over the place, but
Twitter's Eric B Comedy. I didn't want to do Twitter. And Noe is the one who kind of was like, you got to do it, dude. You're a comedian.
yeah.
What was her
Comedian
reason?
and strippers.
So it's Eric B Comedy, which there's an Eric B Comedy on Instagram, which is hilarious. And we follow each other. So shout out to him. But my Instagram is Eric Bernal Comedy. Yeah, find all my shit. You can hit me up, DM me, talk to me, send me nudes. Whatever you'd like. Guy or girl. I don't give a shit.
It don't matter.
Pretty much, yeah. Sell them both.